I'm going to show you how I turned this modern Sidi cycling shoe into an artisanal masterpiece, ready to fit into toe cages, and so you can take it on your next vintage ride. This is my buddy Arlan. He's a master cobbler. He's been doing this in Milan for like 15 years now. He's got a shop where the Bianchi factory used to be, and so you know he's got to work on a cycling shoe, right? So I exclusively ride on toe cages, and so my 80s Sidi cycling training shoes are on their way out. So big shout out to Sidi for sending me the only pair of modern cycling shoes they still make with laces. So Arlan told me these were actually built really well because he had a hard time taking those soles off. Now he's got to glue down the sides of the leather onto the base. Then he's going to trace out onto a thick piece of rawhide leather the new soles are about to go. After the glue's dried a little bit, he nails it down and makes sure that it fits right with the new leather that he's going to put on the bottom. Roughs it up a little bit because apparently the glue adheres better when the bottom of the shoe and the leather has been roughed up. Adds another layer of glue at the top to make sure it seals well all the way around, and then he takes the glue and adds it to the roughed up piece of leather, which will be the bottom of the sole. Both are heated up so that they adhere better to each other, and then they're stuck together. Then he puts it into a machine which applies pressure to make sure that the sole and the shoe all stay intact and don't move. Cuts out the sides to make sure he rounds it out, and then he's also got this cool machine which does the smoothing job to make sure that the sides are as round as possible. He scores the bottom of the sole and then starts lifting up half of it to make sure that he can start sewing the sides of the shoe to the sole itself. Now, of course, these stitchings that you're seeing are not going to be visible, right? So he's got to glue the sides that he scored and pulled up, and then he's got to hammer it back down so they seal into place. Back into the machine to make sure it's nice, round, and smooth once again, and then he's roughing up the heel over here because we need to add a heel so that we're not walking like ducks when we go get a coffee as we were with clips. Now that the heel is been secured, it's got to be rounded all the way around so it fits the size of the shoe itself. It still looks like a bowling shoe right now, so he's got to add some paint to it to make it black along the sides, and then he's going to start roughing up the bottom of the leather over here so that he could start applying the tint to it to make sure that it is a nice brown color. And there you have it, a modern Sidi cycling shoe retrofitted to work with toe cages.